in Jewish tradition, there is something called a public fast, which rabbis would call at times that were extreme. In other words, when there would be things happening in the world, like a potential famine, the rabbis would call potentially a public fast. And we've taken that concept out of the toolkit of traditional Judaism and brought it to real life, because right now we're facing almost 4 months with Israelis being held captive in Gaza by Hamas. And it's a game changer for Israel and for the Jewish people.
And when we're making a statement like this, is it just to raise awareness, or do you believe that you can have some effect? Do you believe you can influence some people?
Influence is a complicated concept that just involves so many different touches to an issue. I think that our being here in Geneva with a group of Israelis who have put together, created really a phenomenal installation showing what a simulated tunnel would be like. In other words, a tunnel in Gaza. I think we're seeing people go through the tunnel simulation today, and we're hearing from them. And I do think it matters. I think it has impact. Whether or not it influences any outcomes, it's too hard to say. But today I had an opportunity to see for 3 minutes a glimpse of what Ohad Yahalom might be seeing now in Gaza if he's being held in a tunnel. So I think that our being here is important for visibility, but also to raise awareness of the importance of no business as usual. We need to continue raising awareness of the situation of the hostages, and we won't stop.
And what do you say to so many people around the world who, instead of raising awareness or saying no business as usual, you see in places like London where the posters, like the ones that you're holding now, are ripped from walls and people try to deny or to justify the horrors and the evil?
Look, we're always going to see anti-Semitism. There is all over the world. I was recently in Malaysia, where I took about 1,000 of these posters. I was in Malaysia in November in order to take them to business leaders, to politicians. There's anti-Semitism everywhere, and we won't change that. But we're also seeing very good signs that people are listening and that people are hearing about what's happening in Gaza and what Hamas is doing.
And part of what you are protesting against is the International Red Cross, from what I understand. Walk us through what the complaints are today still, and if there's anything that could be done to make the Red Cross do its duty.
I think it's a great question. The Red Cross will say they don't have access. I don't know what they're talking about. The Red Cross got access to the American hostages in Iran in April 1980. In other words, during the early government of the Khomeini regime, which was a renegade regime that was not interested at all in international organizations monitoring Iran, the Red Cross got permission to see every single American hostage. I just don't think that it's believable or feasible that the Red Cross cannot be doing more to press. Also, countries supporting Hamas, Qatar, Malaysia, for example, they should also be weighing in and pressing the Red Cross to do its duty. It's the obligation of every country to stand up. And right now, if countries aren't standing up, then the Red Cross will just revert to just its status quo position of passivity.
Well, thank you very much, both of you, for the explanation, for the stance you're taking. That's Rabbi Avidan Freedman, who is, I believe, in the middle of fasting right now, as well as Douglas Hauer, who is standing with him, explaining the concept to everybody and the reasoning for the fast. Thank you both for being on with us.